What's going on, guys? And this video, pretty much, we gotta talk Terminator Genisys. Terminator Genisys is on its way, on the 1st of July. What do you guys think? I mean, James Cameron has come out and said that, he thinks this is the true sequel to the Terminator franchise. Terminator 3 wasn't that great at all. Salvation was just a big disappointment. But, those two are not like the worst films in the world, but Salvation was my most disappointing movie I think I've seen in a long, long time. But Terminator Genisys, it has, we got Emily Clark, we got, what the hell's that guy name? Nah, nobody gives a fuck about that guy anyway. We have the guy from Planet of the Apes, basically, and, Zero Dark 30, as John Connor. Shit, how come I can't remember fucking Boomerang guy from Suicide Squad and to live because he's Jay Courtney, God, or whatever. Jay Courtney. I just don't like him, really, honestly. But we're not talking about that. I mean, they got a new cast, they got this fresh little story. The twist in the trailer. Like, if you haven't seen the trailer, I mean, you're warned, but in the trailer, everywhere, John Connor is pretty much he's like the T-1000, honestly. He's a Terminator himself, but I can't wait for the explanation on that shit. But, I mean, it's just, I don't really I would have been, like I said, I really would like to have Christian Bale back as John Connor. I just don't see that guy as John Connor, honestly. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, can this movie, exceed expectations? Could it actually be really, really good? Now, I think there's been James Cameron's praise. Take it with a grain of salt, since this is his baby. This is his franchise, and of course he did say Salvation wasn't that great and 3 wasn't that great, but I mean, I'm hearing a lot of people say, James Cameron is kind of a little bit biased because this is tied into this first two films, which I have no clue why the fuck. I mean, if they were going to do a mess like this, why? Why? Don't. Oh. It really just ruins my expectation, it ruins those first two movies because of the 3 and 4, and especially this one. If it bombs, if it's really bad, and it just ties in for the first and 2. I mean, I wish they would have just rebooted so I don't have to worry so much, because I love the Terminator. Hell, you see that? Boom. Exoskeleton T-800. I love this films. I really love the first one. I really love the second one. I've been battling over the years whether I like the second one over the first one, but honestly, it really gives your taste of what you like, and I think the first one is just so amazing. I mean, just everything about that movie is awesome. James Cameron really did a great job. But it's Genisys. Like I always say, you can have expectations. My expectations are so low at this point. They're low. They're very low. I'm not trying to bash the movie, but hell, when I see those trailers, I kind of cringe a little bit. I'm like, the bus whip again? I do not. Why the fuck is this guy John Connor? Why is this guy Kyle Reese? I don't like the casting. I don't like the little jokes they had, especially with Arnold Schwarzenegger plunging into the car, and he's like, "Get out!" Or when he smiles, it's it has that Terminator 3 kind of humor. I'm just but it could be a really good movie. Now, I always say you can't judge a movie until you watch it. You can have expectations, like Jurassic World. I really was really harsh on Jurassic World, but when I saw it, I mean, I can see why people did not like it. I definitely could see that. And they're reasonable arguments, of course. But I really enjoyed the hell out of that movie. I thought it was awesome. So that was just me. But Terminator Genisys, when I walk in and I walk out, I really want to feel like, this is this is the true sequel to the first two. This is going to give me a little twist in the story, even though they kind of revealed that John Connor has been, taken over by Skynet or something like that. in the story, or like when they go, I hear they're going to go back, and forth in timelines, and it looks like they're going to go back and forth in timelines. And then the CGI, I hope the CGI kind of is a little bit better than what I've seen in the trailers, especially with the Arnold versus Arnold fight. When Arnold first appears in the first film. And I mean, the timeline's not going to make fucking sense. It already doesn't make sense. But I hope they at least, try to kind of grasp the idea, like this is actually a good way to go with the story. I don't know. I don't see how it's going to go. And I hope the acting is up to par. That's the one thing I hope the most, is that the acting is up to par. Because if the acting isn't up to par, this is going to be a miserable experience. However, like I said, it does look like it has some good action set pieces. It does look like it has some good twists. J.K. Simmons is in this film, and Matt Reeve, I believe, from Doctor Who. And, I hope the soundtrack is great. The music could really elevate it, just really bring it up a whole new level. And I hope Arnold is back for this movie. I hope this is one of his more successful movies. I hope he does bring something to this role, even though he's played this role for years and years and years. I mean, we've never seen an old Terminator, and I know the whole why he's old and stuff as a Terminator, but a lot of people I talk to and a lot of the audience are like, why is Arnold Schwarzenegger now old Terminator? Why? But hopefully that does play good in the film. Now, predicting whether it's going to bomb or it's going to actually be really great, I think it might get Mad Max numbers, honestly. If it does good and word of mouth, it'll get those Mad Max numbers. If Fury Road, because Fury Road, I wish it would have done a lot better, but it did as good because of word of mouth. With Terminator Genisys, I don't see it being, a Jurassic World, honestly. I mean, a lot of people can take nostalgia to a whole new level. Look at Jurassic World, but the Terminator franchise has just been really, really dying. And, you just look at this film and it just doesn't seem as up to par as the first two. I want to see if they were going to come out with the Terminator film, they had to be up to par with the first two to really be, something legit where all this audience were going to come in and watch this film. I just think this is not going to make the numbers that the studio wants it to, if it is pretty bad. But, hopefully it's good. I don't want it to be bad. I love Terminator. I hope it is a refresher. I hope it does go somewhere. I always wanted to see the war of, robots or whatever, exoskeletons, T-800s versus Skynet, basically, versus humanity. We got a little bit of that in Salvation, but that's not the one I imagined that we saw in the first two Terminators. I want to see that film. Hopefully someday in the future we do see that film, because I think a lot of people are looking to go that way. We're kind of tired of the whole Sarah Connor plot line, or the Terminator coming to save the day. I think we're ready to move on. You could definitely move on from this series, from that vocal plot point, but we'll see how it goes. So thank you guys for listening. Do you guys think Terminator will exceed expectations and will be a really great film, or do you think it's still destined to be bad? Because we've been getting a lot of promo, a lot of trailers, a lot of even Arnold Schwarzenegger pranking people. So who knows? Thank you. Like the video if you like this video, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and check out my other videos. And you know what? That's about it. So comment below. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys later.